Right. All right, here we are. Sorry for making you waiting. So I'm Christophe Blazy, Marine Ecosystem Officer at the SPORAC, the Regional Activity Center for the SPO Protocol based in Guadeloupe. And I'm here today online with my colleague Sarah Wollring, who is representing the Cartagena Convention Secretariat. So we'll be presenting you a quick overview of what is going on at the regional level with regard to mangrove and seagrass restoration. So the beginning of my talk will go through quickly the policy framework behind at regional level. Also, we give you some insights regarding knowledge sharing and capacity building that we have been implementing in the region, as well as some ecosystem projects that we financed. And I will finish up with some funding opportunities, as it is the case of this panel. So to give you a brief introduction to the Cartagena Convention, as you can see, it's the only legally binding agreement at regional level with regard to the protection of the marine environment. And it is supporting the UN Environment Program for the Caribbean Sea and is supported by 3 different protocols addressing specific issues, one for oil spill, one for land-based sources of marine pollution, and another one, the SPO protocol that you can see on the right side with regard to specially protected areas and wildlife. And so the SPORAC is the regional activity center supporting this SPO protocol. So what is the SPO protocol? It's an instrument which is for supporting the Cartagena Convention with regards to conservation of biodiversity and protection of ecosystems in the region of the Caribbean Sea. So you can see on this map the different countries that ratified the SPO protocol. In total, there are 18 countries and 27 territories. So it's like we have a well representation of the region. The SPO protocol focuses on different thematic objectives. The overarching one is regional cooperation. So we really work with governments, institutions, NGOs, decision makers, experts, and so on to really create this momentum and synergies between the different actions that are undertaken in the region. And in terms of topics, there is a great interest for strengthening marine protected areas with guidelines and developing networks. Also focus on threatened and endangered species. Also with guidelines, we also make recommendations on conservation measures. And the final one, the one we're interested in today, is coastal and marine ecosystems. So here as well, we propose capacity building, we develop strategies and provide guidance with the different stakeholders. So this map is just to show you the different protected areas that are listed under the SPO protocol. So in total, there are 36 protected areas that were identified for their ecological and social importance. And currently there is a developing network of MPA managers within these SPO protected areas. All these SPO protected areas go through a process with following guidelines and criteria and a consultation with international experts. We also have specific annexes to the SPO protocols. There are 3 annexes. The 2 first ones are addressing flora and fauna species that are strictly forbidden to be exploited. And the 3rd one is for fauna and flora species where you have possibility to for the contracting parties to exploit under specific regulation. The idea is to ensure that the population remains sustainable over time. And this is where you find most of the species belonging to mangrove and seagrass ecosystems. You have a link at the bottom of this slide if you want to know more about the species. Another very important piece of documents is this regional strategy and action plan, which has been implementing since 2021, goes to 2030. So this is a very important document to strengthen national and collective actions with all the member states ratifying the protocol to safeguard, protect, and restore coral reefs, mangroves, and seagrasses. So I really invite you to have a look at it. It's very comprehensive and detailed, gives a good idea of different opportunities, synergies that we can find at the regional level. And this is a document that helps supporting global objectives such as the Global Biodiversity Framework, the Cunning Montreal CBF, also the Ramsar Convention, and the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration. There is also a report that was developed in parallel to this regional activity, regional strategy and action plan, which is the first status report at regional level with regard to coral reef, seagrass, and mangrove restoration and protection. So it's a baseline, really aggregating all sorts of data from national and regional level, and summarizes the different interventions that can be undertaken at national level, also identify gaps that needs to be bridged with regard to emerging challenges, and propose different management activities and strategies to work on this aspect. Well, now I'm going just to brief you on the different products also that we developed. So you might be already aware that there is a regional manual on mangrove restoration, which was co-funded by the MAR Fund, different partners, including UNEP-CEP. And it is a very comprehensive manual that can be used by project designer, implementers, funders, for really having the best practices in terms of mangrove restoration. So if you don't know it yet, I really invite you to have a look. There is a 6-step process to follow, very comprehensive. So yeah. Recently, the Cartagena Convention also launched its database. It's a monitoring platform which is aggregating national monitoring assessments on different aspects of biodiversity and ecosystems. And this is a open access data which helps at regional level to develop reports on the status of marine biodiversity and also pollution. And this is something which is in progress. We just started, and we really encourage you to have a look. Jessica mentioned in her presentation, so different work that has been done so far. So 2021, the SPORAC, including our partners, participated and co-funded the first international workshop on mangrove restoration. It was a success, and we are really happy to have supported that. Today, it's the second phase of this momentum, and we are also supporting this workshop, really encouraging the network to grow, to get strengthened at regional level, to encourage knowledge sharing and capacity building, and also addressing other topics such as seagrass restoration and blue carbon. So thank you for having us. This slide is very busy, but I can talk more into details if you want. So these are 4 main projects that the SPORAC financed for mangrove restoration and seagrass restoration. So 3 are located in the Bahamas, Belize, and Haiti to support national programs for mangrove restoration. And another one is in Puerto Rico is supporting seagrass restoration. These are ongoing projects. So I have a bit of data that I can share with you if you want. Right, so we are getting close to the end of my presentation in terms of funding opportunities. So the SPO program, the SPARAC and its partners provide all sorts of technical assistance on ecosystem protection and restoration. This goes to capacity building, such as what we are doing today, also developing strategies and guidelines that we share with our contracting parties, also communication and outreach on the values of ecosystems. Sorry, this was the timing. I'm already behind schedule. For your information, there is a great also piece of information with regard to integration of ecosystem restoration in national programs, which is the document on the right-hand side. That I recommend you to design your restoration project and also develop strategies and financing your projects to scale them up at national level. The SPORAC and the Cartagena Convention really try to support the ratifying countries of the SPO protocol via different projects and to address the local needs and priorities. So different ongoing projects that I'm going to mention, the Jeff ERECO project and also the SCP-MEF3 project are really focusing on ecosystem-based management. And also in this year, or depending on timeline, this food over death project will be launched. So the Plus project and the Gulf and Mexico LME project, which also provides great opportunities to collaborate and finance restoration projects to integrate pollution, reduction of pollution, and also restoration of ecosystems. You might be also aware that the SPARAC has its annual program for small grant, small scale projects. So we do finance national restoration projects, for instance, with our ratifying countries. Under the UN Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, currently there is a call for projects to address urban ecosystem restoration. So I really invite you to have a look if you intend to develop projects on this aspect. The call is finishing at the end of this month. And currently, as you know, there is the global biodiversity framework, and the targets 2 and 3 are really important today to be discussed. And there are regional meetings at international and global and regional level to best address these targets. So we try to support also our countries meeting these targets, and the Jeff is also supporting this work. Different projects will be launched. I cannot get access to the final slide. Can you maybe help me go to the final slide? Sorry about that. All right. Thank you. So as a nutshell and a conclusion, so there is a regional importance of ratifying the SPO protocol. So as you understood, the SPORAC and the Cartagena Convention are providing all sorts of technical support and assistance to the countries to really help strengthening our capacities in terms of ecosystem restoration. So the SPO protocol is an instrument that also helps the countries to support their national obligations with regard to the global biodiversity framework of the CBD, also the Ramsar Convention. In the next month, there will be the SPO Conference of Parties in Aruba with a very important segment with the ministry to explore how to best approach, how to best fit the national and regional obligations with the SPO protocol. And via the SPO network of MPAs that we have developed, we are also supporting the targets of the CBF. And in terms of major needs and that we have identified to meet the CBF targets, so we stress that it's important to better engage with networks of practitioners and experts in restoration of ecosystems, including mangrove and seagrass. So today it's a great day to support this objective. Also looking at supporting synergies between projects with knowledge sharing and capacity building, and very importantly to develop and promote best practices in terms of ecosystem restoration. So thank you very much for your attention. Sorry, I'm a bit behind schedule. If you have any question, Sarah and I are here for you. Thank you.